Three, two, one, go.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Triad of the Force podcast, a podcast from three Puerto Rican friends coming together to do deep dives into Star Wars and other nerd-related media. We are continuing doing our visions analysis episode by episode, and today we will be focusing on The Elder. So, thoughts about this episode?
That's the one of the best episodes, and it's because we have a Qui-Gon Jinn proxy dropping some mad existential dread and like very a lot of deep themes. So every time you get Qui-Gon, even though it's not Qui-Gon, but a Qui-Gon like character, having an existential crisis, I love it. So that was like my first impression.
A Qui-Gon-esque.
Qui-Gon-esque, yes.
I thought it was the most heavily philosophical inclined episode, that's for sure. There was just like so much like knowledge packed into it, like from every character. And it just felt like whoever the creator was just wanted to, I forgot who, I know who the creator, I guess we know who the creator is, but I forgot their name, but just wanted to pour out their philosophy of life. And I think it's just that was what came out. It was just beautiful, the pacing, the artwork, how everything looks like so flowy, yet so stoic at the same time, if that makes sense. It was just like beautiful.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, yeah, Tajian definitely had some of the most quotable lines out of the entire series. It was fantastic. I love that. Yeah, it was the Japanese twin brother of Qui-Gon Jinn. It was so good. And there was something really great about the character design too that I really enjoyed, that everybody looked really different, Tajian and his Padawan, and then the character design specifically for the Elder. Yeah, he was so creepy and just fantastic, and it was a really good exploration of the whole light side, dark side nature of the Force that was discussed throughout this episode. That was really good, and that they were able to do it, like we've talked so many times, in such a short amount of time, that they were able to explore all these deep topics. So it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
that's what stuns me. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that in the short amount of time, like put in like so much like philosophy into it, because the whole episode was like the cycle of master and apprenticeship in a way, because you have like the doubt of the youth in the apprentice at the beginning, which is like the hubris that takes the characters to face off against like that elder Sith character, and then the mastery of like the Jedi Knight in its full potential, defeating that the villain. But then the end is the master realizing that he's also going to decay. So the episode itself is structured in those three ways. That is what the Jedi I forgot the name of the master in the episode, and the name of the what the master is trying to express to his Padawan, which is like, hey, the only reason I beat the Sith is because he's past his prime, and maybe in his prime I wouldn't have been able to beat him. So that's just the cycle of everything. Like, you're going to overpower me at some point, and one day like I'm going to like come down. So it's like this cycle of youth and inexperience, and then masters at a master's height of power, and then like the slow decay of age that will strip that power away from you. So I like that existentialism in the episode, even though I said it was existential dread, but it's not, because the Jedi accepts that this is a natural part of life, like Yoda would say. And me saying that just connects the episode in a way to The Last Jedi, and when Yoda's talking to Luke Skywalker, right, and he says that we are what they grow beyond. That is a true burden of all masters. In a way, that's what this episode is also trying to say, in not so many words, because obviously the focus is a little different. But every time you have Star Wars, a little philosophy, you got me. And obviously, like you said, Nani, the designs of everything was great. I really liked how the lightsabers were designed here, where the cores aren't white, and the core is just like the color of the blade, and they're the elder has like the double katana. It was spectacular. And obviously, it's doing the cliche thing where you're setting the fight in rain. Fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah, It was so good.
And I love like how, you know, that you had this one also like the equivalent of a wandering Ronin on the Sith version, because you know they splintered from their order because they knew, you know, they're gonna kill each other. Like eventually, like there's also some the same awareness of they're growing, like they're growing old and lessening their power. They're aware of it. That's why they leave. That's, I mean, the Sith take advantage of it by killing their master once they're old enough or past their prime. So it's almost like there's that self-awareness from both sides, like, and that there's a beauty to that. There's like that back and forth. It's there's a lot of like duality presented in this episode as well.
Yeah, it has a lot of what Star Wars is about, because, you know, it has some of the deeper philosophical things, and obviously the Japanese influence, even though here, I mean, it is Japanese, but you know what I mean, in the sense of the what you were saying, more like the Ronin and all these samurai things, but it also has all that Star Wars things that are so inherent to the DNA of Star Wars, is like the hopeful optimism, you know, through the youthfulness of the Jedi apprentice, but also that playfulness when like they're at the village and they're talking to the little children in the village, and like that sense of hope and wonder and youth and happiness. That's, you know, it balances and enriches the story so well that it makes it distinctly Star Wars. So I'm like, that's, and it's been a constant thread right through all of the Visions episodes, that I think all of these studios have done such a good job at realizing what is Star Wars and then spinning it on its head, but they still feel that way, and it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it was a very well paced episode as well, because you have this thread obviously happening, because at first the Padawan thinks, you know, they are so superior and there's nothing in the universe that can defeat them, and you know, that sense of hubris that even the master is like, you have to temper that down. You know, there's this whole foreshadowing that there's something creepy going on. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't fight somebody that you know is definitely above you. And you know, the Padawan goes ahead and fights the elder anyway, because he believes that there's no way that this old man can possibly defeat him, when he has no idea, you know, what the Sith are and what strength comes with wisdom. So you know, it's lessons to be learned. And you know, the elder could have easily killed him. I was actually surprised the Padawan survived the encounter.
I thought for a second the Padawan wasn't gonna make it.
Yeah, I thought he was dead. And all of a sudden when he wakes up, that scene with the lightning, I'm like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think there would have been consequences for the master if he would have lost the Padawan then and there. That it would have changed the story a little bit.
Yeah,
so.
that could have been like a good twist.
Really interesting.
Yeah, it could have been a good twist, because maybe the master becomes the elder by defeating the elder, because of being distraught from losing his Padawan.
Revenge.
Yeah, it's like,
or perhaps the master, you know, you will see something more extreme. Who knows? Like,
maybe that's what happened to the elder originally. Maybe he was a Jedi master on a mission with his Padawan, goes to the same planet to investigate some dark old man, and then the old man defeats the Padawan, and he just goes insane with the grief, and out of revenge kills the elder, and then becomes the elder. Maybe in this version of the story, the Jedi Master, because the Padawan survives, is actually able to defeat him without succumbing to the dark side, because he's the Qui-Gon of the story, and that's why he doesn't go to the dark. But that would be cool. I would like to see this dark version of the story.
Then cue the what if narrator saying,
yes, I am the Watcher.
I am the Watcher.
Yeah, and
ponder the question, you know, what if?
What if? And you know, self-fulfilling prophecies and all of that. So you never know. And I actually do really enjoy that we've seen these Sith characters, like in the duel, also kind of leaving, you know, the Sith religion, because it's also, I think, part of that realization that the whole system is self-defeating. Because when you're young, it's a great system because you know you're the one that's going to be able to overpower your master and keep going. But once you're in the position of the master, you know what's coming next. You're the one that's going to be destroyed. So this, you know, Sith always come in two thing is really self-destructive to the Sith in general.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Either
There was
die or
something really
become a palpy.
yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Yep.
mm-hmm. The old
So it's
angles.
all-
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so it's all really interesting. And then the Elder, I thought, is such a well-conceived character too, because I mean,
Mhm.
it really looks like this unassuming like old man, and the Padawans all like, yeah, I got this beat. And then he suddenly, like, when he goes in the stance and opens his eyes for the first time, and it's like the black with the yellow and everything. It's like, oh, you're gonna die.
Mhm,
Now,
mhm,
for,
mhm.
for,
So-
for like anime like reference, like the old man really reminded me of like Hunter x Hunters. Like there's this dude called Netero, and then it's like
Mhm.
turns this like evil decrepit form that is so evil that you're like, I'm like, oh, this is gonna happen. They're definitely like borrowing
Yeah.
from that just to
Mhm.
allude to it.
Yeah. There's a lot of animes with like these older characters that are just insanely powerful and are
Yeah.
always underestimated until heads
Until-
start flying off.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. So it was really good. This episode was really good throughout. So I'm just every single episode really, it's just amazing how they're able
Yeah.
to do this in such short
I
amount
feel like
of time. And
every episode we say like this is one of the top
Yeah.
episodes. So at this
Yeah.
point, it's like there's
every
there's no
episode's
top.
great.
Yeah, there's no top. There's only bottoms. I think we've only said like maybe one or two so far, haven't jived with us, but everything has been so good that it's really hard to make a list of tops if we were to make that list, because everything has been so, for the most part, been so solid in storytelling, animation, pacing, and the experience for Visions that's just been wonderful. I think it's been vastly superior to What If you were
I
to
agree. Yes.
pit the two animated shows
Mhm.
that have come out recently against each other. But What If
No,
was fun too.
it's not a list. It's just a circle of preference. You choose
Right,
where you
right,
want
right.
to be and how far away you want to be for some things.
Exactly.
No, but it's really cool to see how, from a different culture, you take these elements of Star Wars and just like make it their own, and stories that really
Mhm, mhm.
resonate with a lot of fans and everything. And what were you gonna say, Mo?
No. I've just along those
Mhm.
lines, like
Yeah.
the fact that Star Wars it actually is still a very good storytelling menu, because
Yes.
the essence that's why you care about a story. It's just the essence, what comes from it. So if from a different culture they can take the essence of it and then present it through their own lens, and we still get
Mhm.
the essence of it,
Yeah.
then it is a perfect storytelling. Like it's just
Yes.
beautiful. So
Our friend Alberto at Radio Rebellion had made a post right when Visions had come out, and I think it's really relevant to what you were saying, Nani, about like using Japanese culture to like tell Star Wars stories in. And one thing that he had mentioned that I think was very interesting to explore through the Star Wars lens too is like, could we do? And the answer is yes. Could we do like more seasons of Visions or whatever you want to call it, where it's kind of the same strategy, right? Let's use different cultures' storytellings through the lens of Star Wars. So maybe through African cultures or Latin American cultures, and like use those backdrops to insert, Star Wars and tell those stories. I think that would be really cool thing to then witness now in the future. It's like, okay, it definitely works with Japanese culture and anime. What would happen if you insert it somewhere else? I think that would be a really cool thing to explore in the future.
I would be
we're
all
gonna
in
have
for
a-
that.
We're gonna have a Star Wars telenovela.
See?
Why not? I mean,
Why
if you
not?
think about it, especially with the prequels, Star Wars is
Exactly.
pretty melodramatic. So it's like
do-
Anakin would
do a-
fit perfectly in a
do a
soap opera.
spin-off of like get Christian Hedison and Natalie Portman to do a telenovela style love story of what happened.
Yes,
So
have
it's
them overact.
believable.
Throw each other downstairs and stuff.
Yeah.
But that would be great. But anyway, I think we've covered the Elder pretty well. I don't know if you have anything else to add before we're done. We're good.
Elder Part 2. That's it. That's all I have to add.
This one I'm okay with. Just
I'm okay with it. Yeah, being completely done. I mean, the elder was defeated, and now Teijin and his Padawan will continue their adventures throughout the galaxy, and it's all good. Yeah. It'd be cool if they were able to like maybe encounter other fragments of whatever happened with the Sith, and they're just like traveling around the world or something. But who knows? I'm good with the ending of this one. So with that, we are Triad of the Force. Follow us wherever that podcast can be found. We are in Twitter. We are on Facebook now.
We said we were gonna do it, but we did it. We
succumbed to the overlords.
We're on YouTube, anywhere. Yeah, we did it. So just search Triad of the Force and you'll be able to find us. Give us a follow, give us a like, subscribe to YouTube, and leave us some comments and let us know what's going on. And until next time, may the Force be with you.